Hello and welcome, internet friends, new and returning. My name is Hunter and we are playing Master of Magic. The new Through the Myrror update has come out today and I just want to get right back into the game. We took a little bit of a hiatus after playing 2 games of this in a row, and now we're back for a bit. We are going to be playing a goblin-focused game because goblins are new, and that's something that hasn't happened in a long time in this game, new things. And we're very looking forward to it. Very much so. I am very looking forward to it. We're playing on hard this time. The only thing I changed that's preventing it from being 200% difficulty is the medium world size. So we're playing on a medium world. We're not going to be playing as the default goblin wizard that they've come up with. It's a really cool concept, but she's life magic, and my last mirror game was life magic. So instead, we are going to create our own custom goblin wizard named Tzbit. I don't know why she's named that. I just made it up. It is going to be a death magic chaos game, just like that. We are going to be doing a conjuration fantastic warlord, obviously mirror game. That's why we have so few books. Conjuration makes the research time and casting cost of all summoning spells 25% less, and it reduces the upkeep cost of fantastic creatures by 25%. That's pretty good. It'll make the creatures that we raise from undead when they're fantastic beasts cost a little bit less. It'll make the things that we summon easier to summon, and anything we build that's a fantastic creature or anything that we summon that's a fantastic creature will be easier to maintain. The new trait, brand new trait, Fantastic Warlord, just gives +1 to all the major combat stats of every summon, and it's just straight good. It's just good. The only thing it doesn't improve is health, but that's fine. Just in our summoning theme here, we're going to start with ghouls, skeletons, and life drain, and then we are going to take fire elemental. This way we'll have lots of summons to begin with and lots of different options. We won't be able to cast fire elementals in combat right away because they have a pretty steep casting skill requirement of 15, I think, which we will not have for several turns. I love the thematics of chaos and death magic. They're just so classic. They fit together so well. Yeah, let's just get into the game. There's no point in holding it off. I guess we should hold it off a tiny bit more by talking about the goblins. These guys are very fast for breeding, which is great. There's some interesting things that can come from this, and one of them is that it's easier for them to handle having dark rituals on their cities because they're already faster than most other civilizations at breeding. They have the pretty much standard non-civilized race building restrictions. They have no Parthenons, they have no Sages Guilds. This could hurt us. This could hurt us, but probably will be okay. They have -1 armor, which is not good, but they get Earthwalker, which gives them a easier time moving through swamps, tundra, and desert. Their settlers cost a bit more, but they're still significantly cheaper than every other Mirran race. The Beastmen coming in second with their ×2, and everybody else is 2.5. So yeah, that's good. And they have their Boar Riders, their Druids, and their Beastmasters. I think the Boar Riders are cute. I like all their units. I think everything about the Goblins is great. We're going to be imposing a special rule. I call it Goblins +1/+1. That rule is the first race we meet in Mirror we're going to keep, and the first race we meet in Arcanus we're going to keep, and we're going to raise every other neutral city. The reason for this is we are intending to play a Goblin game that focuses on the new race, and if we take too many neutral cities, there will be a tendency towards giving up our Goblins for things that we are more used to or more comfortable with that are stronger, so we're going to take that option away from us right away. We are going to focus on primarily expanding with Goblins, and then whatever our 2 lucky draw first races are. Could be a while before we figure out what our mirror race is. There are lots of good and lots of bad options in... not mirror, I meant it could be a while before we find out what our Arcana race is. Lots of good options in mirror, but I am going to make a rule, and it's going to sound arbitrary, but it really isn't. I'm excluding from that list dwarves because I imagine goblins and dwarves won't like each other and that the dwarves will be unmanageable. I don't know what the bonus to controlling dwarves will be, the penalty, probably pretty high, and I am also going to exclude dark elves. So the first race we find of trolls, beastmen, draconians. We'll take pretty much anything. I'm going to exclude elves. You know what? I'm going to exclude high men too. So, yeah, the first race we find of beastmen, draconians, and trolls will be our second mirror race, and the first race we find that isn't high men or elves on Arcanus we'll take. I know, that's complicated. It's easier for me to remember than it is for you. I just want to make sure that the game is naturally set up in a way where I focus on my goblins and I'm not tempted to just transition to a different race that I've played more times. Okay, this is a pretty plain starting area. We lack any kinds of hills, which sucks, which means we're not going to be able to ever build a miners guild here. Not great, to be honest, not great. It's fine, it could have been a lot better. Pretty bad luck for a start in mirror, honestly. We're -1 food, which is not good, so we'll have to do that for at least a while. And I think we're going to start by building a granary and then a settler. Probably for the best. We're going to use our starting mana here to get ourselves 2 skeleton units that we're going to basically use for our exploring units, so we don't have to build them. And our starting research is going to be... The Firebolt is so generic. Warpwood is good, but it doesn't work against magic ranged attack, so it's not that good. Mana Leak, Dispel Magic. A lot of these spells are good, but not great. And we're going to take Warpwood just to get it out of the way, because it's easy to research. And that is our first turn. Good enough. We're going to create another one of those. We're going to take these guys out and sort of explore just around the area. Not too far. You know, I'm gonna make a decision on how far as we go. We're not gonna restrict ourselves by making that kind of decision until we have an idea of what's around us. It's gonna be almost all of our mana in summons nearly immediately. I did not send the guy out last turn. That's fine. That loss of 1 turn ain't gonna hurt us. At least not much. And then we're gonna tell them to cast us a ghoul, which will be to defend the town, and it's gonna take forever to cast. It can finish when it finishes. And my familiar has brought me a magic spirit, which we knew was coming, so that is going to be our last summon, our last thing that we get until that ghoul in 56 turns, which is so long away. Oh, we don't want to take you out. You stay home. Alright, we seem to have found the bottom here already. That's okay. You gotta look to find out what's there, right? Wood is done. Let's see what we can replace it with. Weakness. We'll probably never cast Firebolt. Let's learn weakness. Okay, it's gonna defend. Hopefully we can find some place to build some good towns right away. This is interesting. So we got silver ore there. That's just some mold. So far it seems pretty confined on this side. I don't know how far out I want to take him into the ocean. We're sort of north center, which means there's not going to be a lot above us. I wonder if we're on an island or a small continent. You can actually sort of make out things in the Fog of War in this game, which is actually something I like as opposed to disliking. They might send him down here because it looks like there's coastline down here. We're going to have that granary soon. As soon as the granary is built, we're going to switch this to actually having a reasonable number of production guys. No more of this super slowed down growth. Starting to get really close to where the tundra will be. Pushing out in this direction as well. We still haven't had the dive south that would be necessary for us to connect to another continent, although it could be in here. No, it can't. I've seen all the coast here. This is fine. It's just awkward. It just looks like we haven't seen it, but we really have. I don't exactly want to find anyone over here though, because I don't want to get stuck not being able to take any neutral cities for the whole game, because I find my first neutral city on a place I can't even get to. Not that great an idea. We've learned weakness. What's next? Oh, take Dark Ritual. Good spell. Very good spell. Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, obviously not. Obviously we're not doing that. That's not a thing. I might just take him back over here to clear our own coast. That's what I'm gonna do. We're learning a lot about the area around us. Pretty soon we're gonna have to pick a place for a second, so I'm gonna need this guy to come back and clear the center out because I don't really see anything here. It's silver ore, silver ore, silver ore. We're a mirror start. This isn't that great. There is mithril there, but I don't know if I can get a city in there. It literally, I think, is impossible. Hope we can find something nice, because as it looks right now, there's nothing really... We may have to build our second city in a pretty mediocre location. Like, I mean, it won't be terrible, but this start has been pretty harsh on me, to be honest. Fury the Huntress. Okay, so she's a good ranged attacker and a good melee attacker. She's pathfinding, she's lucky, she's a blade master. She's a pretty good hero. Probably worth 100 gold and worth having around. I don't really like melee heroes early in the game. I don't think they're good enough. They basically need magic items to make them worthwhile. But I do like starting off with ranged heroes. Even if they're like bow users, they're still usually pretty good. So we're gonna need to find the best place we can build this. See what we got going on around here. We got iron ore there. Got gold ore there, which is basically just wealth. We got silver here. So much silver, but no mithril at all. No adamantine. Not great. There's mammoths here. That's cool. I like them because they're new. Food and gold. Yeah, it's interesting. What's good around here? We're gonna have to just take the highest. The 2821 there. 2818, 2818. 2821 might be it. If we want to actually build close, right? Here might be good. We get the silver, but we don't get the iron, I don't think. Yeah. Another city can get the iron though. Iron is reduce the construction cost of rural units. Yeah, I think this is the spot. I think it's this one here. It gets 1, 2, 1, 2. No, it doesn't. No, I think we're putting it here. I think we're putting it on the 2521. I think I like that better. Just because it gets both silvers that way. It leaves me a better spot next to it to potentially build a city for this iron. Maybe for this iron and this gold. There is a city in here someplace. Yep, there's a city there. Let's bring our available units together so that we can maybe attack that city. If it is not disqualified, here's to hoping it's something good that we can use. What the heck? Is it literally this square? It's gotta be, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it in here? I guess it's gotta be here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's gotta be here. Dragon Peak. That means Draconians are going to be our second. I'm happy with that. Goblins and Draconians seems like a really cool combination, to be honest. They may absolutely hate each other, though. It's honestly... I don't have any idea how they feel about... Goblins feel about people yet. Going. You're building here, so let's just outpost it right away. I think after this, we're going to need to start bringing our guys back just to defend our central area because we are pretty weak and pretty spread out. The good thing about Draconians is they have engineers, which we will be glad to use that as their primary purpose. Yeah, engineers, good thing. We will command this personally. It shouldn't be too hard. We might lose one of our skeletons because we won't be able to necessarily choose attacks. My only real attack for this is to preserve my hero as best I can and take the least loss as possible. We're just shooting. We can't really fight the Draconian yet since we lost that guy, but there's not really much we could do about it. We can't attack it. It has to attack us. Yeah. Okay, well, that was worth a skeleton. We can always cast it back, right? So we are going to keep this. We're going to immediately wince at how much they hate us. 25%. I mean, no Mirren races are really ever friendly to each other. It has to be admitted and acknowledged. They have silver and gold. So we want to build them like 2 spearmen as fast as they'll do it. then a sawmill. This is going to be forever. Can I like... Okay, so this is the minimum number that can support the town. That should make these faster though, right? Yeah, 7 turns, that's 14 turns. Ugh. I think we're just going to leave these guys here for now. We are very vulnerable though. Can't be denied, we're super vulnerable. This is not a really strong starting position, but it's not a terrible one either. I'm glad our first neutral city is something that was on the list of things I would be willing to take. So we are now goblins plus draconians plus 1. Might be a good thing to try to get to Arcana as quickly as possible so we can find what our other plus 1 is. But again, the point of this game is to focus on goblins, right? I don't want to be building tons of cities from other races simply because that's not the plan for this game, right? We should build them I feel like they should build a spearman so they have a stronger chance to survive any early attacks, because it's going to happen really soon. I know it is. I don't feel comfortable with the situation at all, to be honest. Smithy. I guess Builder's Hall, because it leads us to being able to build a granary. Granary makes a big difference. 9 turns and we have this ghoul. We'll move the ghoul up because this town can actually defend itself better than this town can. And we're gonna have to keep our eyes out. I have a tendency to not watch my towns. Oh, dry mud. It's almost trolls. The thing is, Draconians are better, but trolls would have been much more thematic. It's too bad, really. I'm not gonna complain about it too much, but look how close it was to being trolls. Trolls are so thematic. But I had a harder time killing this. I like what we have, but yeah, the biggest thing that the Draconian hit gives us is that it gives us engineers, which we will definitely appreciate having. Black Sleep, Firebolt, Disrupt, Dispel Magic, Fire Giant. Jeez, that's gonna take forever. And I'm never gonna be able to cast it. You know, I should just accept the fact it's cool that it's actually there this early. That's good. Fire Giant. We built our first flying spearman down here, our first draconian friend. Let's go over to you and use our money to buy this goblin spearman, because that will help this town seem a little less completely easy to destroy. Okay, that's awful. 2 fire elementals. There is literally nothing I can do about that. What are we gonna do? The only thing I can think to do... How strong are fire elementals? 12 strength. They're so strong. They're so strong. Okay, well, the only thing I can think to do is to turn all of my gold into money and hope that I can fight them with my own fire elemental. Yep. Here we go. I don't honestly have much confidence that this can help, but it's literally the only thing I can do, so gotta move these guys into position. There's not a lot of reason to hold back. I do want to be attacking first, though. It's not enough. It's not good enough. That fire elemental needed to perform way better than that. Oh, it's awful. Okay, well, we did the best we could. I don't believe I've ever seen that before. I didn't think that was a thing. I've never seen a neutral entity turn a town neutral. So what, the fire elemental is just like in charge of town now? It's just... Guess what, everybody? We have a new boss. It's a fire elemental? Are we all cool with that, I guess? I don't know what's happening. It's so weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It usually turns into a ruin. You can keep your skeletons. We're gonna go in here. It thinks we have a chance to win. I think we do too. Big thing is, do we have any mana? We don't. That's not great. We should take every shot we can. How many more shots do I have? 3. Back you off. Not ready to confront you yet. You away. You away. He's missing way too much. Way too much. Out of shots. And she's a blade master. So lucky. That was awful. Did we really do that? I mean, we got our town back at the cost of a hero. We have an undead fire elemental. Is that even a thing? This game. This game. How do we have an undead fire elemental? It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I literally don't even know how that can be a thing. Who even knows? This thing is so expensive. It's not even a thing that's supposed to be able to exist because these guys desummon after combat. So I have an impossible unit. Of course, it is a bit different because it wasn't summoned. It actually came from a thing, so maybe? I guess we'll have to try to increase our power again, which sucks. So let's lock. Our casting skill increases up to there. Alright, so our first hero has died real early into the game, which does not bode well for how this is going to turn out, but it has resulted in us being able to keep our first city. We need to build units here. We need to build everything here. We need a barracks and a smithy, a bit of spearmen, a barracks, not a builder, a smithy. Just hope, I guess, that things turn out okay. I don't know, we still got rebels here who can't really do anything about. This is building next turn. Yeah, we still got rebels. We've lost 5%. 5%. It's fine, there's nothing much we can do for now. We gotta just keep building and hoping that we can catch up with that town. Draconians do not really like us very much. That's what we've learned. Seem to have explored a lot of this area now, though, which is good. Because we should try to find the end of the north before we go zooming south, because we probably don't want to ever come up here again. Yeah, we probably don't ever want to come up here again, so let's just finish up here. Now, looking at what we have available to us for future towns, it's not spectacular, I'll say that. We have no crystals. We have some adamantine and some mithril. Some adamantine and some mithril. Yeah, this is not a great start. But we will make do. We might be able to find desert over here someplace. There's a desert here. A bit of desert there that might have crystals in it. Oh yeah, that's what we needed. Nagas. Wonderful. Mirror starts very hard on this difficulty. Just to be clear, very hard. Oh, when did you finish building? That sucked. I'm gonna build you a swordsman and a settler. And then we're gonna build you stables. and a marketplace and a shrine. That seems good. That gives you something to do for basically ever. So you're going to attack Dragon Peak. If we have mana on the turn that you attack, then we will probably be okay. That will be next turn, so we should buy some mana. I'm going to command this personally. And we're going to create a fire elemental right away, because that is basically our primary defense in this situation. Right. And we're going to move the skeletons up because they are the least important to preserve. We will keep the actual units that can hold the city back while the skeleton hold them too. That's true. That's true. I mean, I don't want to throw my skeletons away if I can help it, but maybe we'll fall them back. All right, Fire Elemental versus Naga equals win. I do feel better now. Oh, that is a bow. I was about to say that's good for my hero who's dead. That's a thing. This bow is not good for anyone because my hero is dead. I have no reason to want any kind of thing. No, I don't have a hero. I have a dead person. Who's dead. See what our new research is going to be here. Detect magic. Okay. Mana leak. Disrupt. I think we'll go with disrupt just to get it done. Starting to feel a little bit more under control with what's happening here. We're gonna build this sawmill, but then we should probably build the builder's hall. I'm gonna buy the sawmill because I think that's a really good idea. We are almost done on our settlers down there, so we're gonna have to figure out where we're gonna put the next ones. It's an interesting question because we are still not in that great a position. But you know, slowly, we just gotta survive. These trolls are gonna be a problem. So where are we gonna send you? We can send you along this coast. We can send you up here. Not really anything special though. I guess we have iron ore there. And the tundra mammoths, that's cool. Yeah. If we come down here, and grab this mithril here and this gold. There's also iron here, a mysterious cave, and some silver. Is there a spot where I can get the mithril and the iron? No, there isn't. There's iron ore up here, and there's adamantine over here. No good spots here, which means this has to be cleared because there's probably good spots in here to get that adamantine. So that adamantine is probably too much to ask at this point. We're building a closer town like this 25 spot here. 25.9, it's a 1918, which might actually be better. Good position overall. Moves us down in this direction, which is where I think we're going to find most of what we're looking for our future development. We got to do something about that town, though. And I really don't have a plan for it, because this just can't stay here. Okay, so looking at this, we can now buy this builder's hall, which should lead to us being able to buy our shrine next turn. Pretty okay so far. We still haven't found any crystals. I think we might be wrapping around to this area, which is fine. Interesting to know that it's actually not across the sea. Dragon Peak has built all this stuff. We obviously still have a rebel. So let's build ourselves a shrine here, which I'd love to buy, but I can't. Close? Not even close. What else do we need here? We can build our engineers now. We can build our swordsmen now. Interesting. Conceptually, we definitely need swordsmen. I think we're going to build a granary, though. And then the marketplace, because the marketplace leads to farmer's market. Let's stick where we are for now. In fact, we're not going to even build that because we need more units here. Let's build you a... this is actually a difficult decision, too. Let's build you swordsmen so you can actually stand up for yourself better, and then a builder's hall. We need to build units. Like, we can't neglect it like we were doing on lower difficulty in the past games. If we don't build units, our towns will get destroyed. And we don't want that. So where are we going to send this settler to? I forgot to send it out, so we got to do it now. Held by Tzbit. That's me. I'm Tzbit. This is the story of Tzbit, and I am sending the settler here, right? To this 25.9. Now we're getting close to being able to buy this. We'll be able to buy that shrine next turn, which should be helpful. Let's see. Keep moving. So next turn you're gonna build this. More Nagas. Right at the worst time too. What can I fight those Nagas with? Again, this place has the best defenses because the laser. This place is actually starting to get okay too. We should probably... it makes me think maybe Dragon Peak. This only has Spearman if I take that out. They're gonna divert an attack here, aren't they? Yeah, they are. I don't have really enough mana. This is not really worth it. I'm not casting any spells though, so at least it won't diminish. Right? I guess. I guess we hope the Fire Elemental can do it. It's the only chance we really have. Let's move it up. I mean, Phantom Warriors suck, right? Oh, why are they so good against my Fire Elemental, though? They're supposed to suck. They've always sucked. Why did they stop sucking? What happened? What just happened? That's not great. This is not great. Okay. That could have been so much worse. I'm still not sure why it is sometimes we're having that happen. I really have no clue why sometimes they're not turning it into a ruin. Maybe it's a bug that's benefiting me, so I'm not going to complain about. Okay, you can guard there. You can actually return home. Oh, Skeleton Man. Yeah. Lycanthropy. Yeah. That's gonna be happening. Let's look at Fur Patch here, which is still growing. Good job, Fur Patch. How are we doing up here in Dragon Peak? You're still rebelling, which makes a lot of sense because you hate us. But it's down to 10%. Hey, you know, that could be much worse. I'll build you after this. Guess the next logical thing is... Now we could do the temple. It's expensive and long. Might be better to, like, put in something like shamans? Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Alright, so this all seems to be starting to be controlled properly, which is good. These towns are kinda defended. Kinda. The fact they didn't turn this into a ruin is actually quite surprising to me. Moon is engulfed by red glare, but I have no nodes, so it does not matter to me. Lycanthropy. Great spell. Boar riders would be nice. Sawmill. I don't even know if it's worth to build a sawmill in this town. Farmer's market. Definitely good. Forester's Guild is also good, but it requires us to build a sawmill first. Boar riders are good. I do like the idea of building some boar riders. And I do need to start building like a proper squad. I have some food and some money to afford them, so let's build some of those. It's a good idea. We probably reached the point where we need more power to be able to use more summoned units, like we can't really afford to build more. You have changed into a town proper. We'll build you 2 spearmen because you need them, and then a builder's hall, and then a sawmill, because I'm pretty sure you have enough forests to make... You don't. You actually literally have less forests than the town that I said I probably shouldn't build it in. Okay, so then we won't build a sawmill here right away. Instead, we will go right for the smithy and the barracks. Vaguely defended against some neutral units, and our goblins are doing pretty well so far. I really like the thematic feel of the goblins. I like the fact that they're like animal controllers and stuff like that. That's really cool. So yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider giving it a like, or maybe check something else out on the channel. You might find that you like my other Master of Magic series, or maybe if you just like, you know, this style of empire building game, I play Stellaris and Distant Worlds 2 as well. If you have been here before and this isn't your first time having a good day with me, enjoying a video that I put out, you could consider a subscription. They do help a ton. So I have to admit, I am just happy to see the views. I'm just happy that people watch. I hope that you'll consider coming back and joining me next time that we play Master of Magic with our Death and Chaos, Dark Nature Goblin.